Dear students, up to now we discussed that alimentary canal and the human digestive system and what are the specialized parts involved in it, what are the gases and digestive juices involved in it, how they perform the digestion of food. Up to now finished. Now I am going to about explaining about health aspects of alimentary canal. Health aspects of alimentary canal. Health aspects. So we all know very well one proverb, health is wealth. So for everything we have to be maintain the health. Without health, if you have the whatever you have the wealth, it's not useful to us. Okay, so we have to maintain the proper health. So health aspects of alimentary canal. So alimentary canal functions remarkably well. Actually, alimentary canal without our instructions, it performs its function. We do not give any instruction to that. So the food you go like this, the digestion takes place like this, the waste come out like this. We may not explain to anything to eat. Okay, so we have to maintain the proper health to the alimentary canal. So the alimentary canal functions remarkably well, considering how badly we treat it on the occasions. Sometimes the alimentary canal may be rebels and it causes the indigestion. So if the alimentary canal is not properly well, if the alimentary canal is not functioning properly well, it's not properly well functioning, it causes indigestion or we feel sick. So at that time, vomiting is the omit. So vomiting is the body's method of ridding of unwanted or harmful substances from the body. So during the indigestion time, the alimentary canal performs another type of action. So vomiting is the body's method of ridding of unwanted waste materials or harmful substances from the body. During this vomit time, the peristaltic movements of the esophagus and the stomach, okay. So the peristaltic movements of, we know that peristaltic movements. What are the peristaltic movements? The wave-like movements of food. So if the alimentary canal is functioning properly well, the food moves like this. If it causes any indigestion, if it is not feeling well, or any harmful substances, unwanted substances entered, it causes indigestion. The peristaltic movements of the stomach and esophagus, food pipe, occurs reversely and it vomits the food outside. So vomiting is the body's method of ridding of unwanted waste materials from the body. There are so many reasons for the vomiting. So one of the most important one is taking of food heavily, which causes the excessive, highly containing the fat. The main cause of the vomiting is or indigestion is taking the high calorific food, which is especially contains the fat. Sometimes we may have the greenish vomits. Greenish vomits, these are called liverish or bilious vomits. Okay now, so greenish vomits called bilious or liverish vomits. These are called the person who takes the food for the over several days, okay, which contains the excessive fats, excessive rich meats. This causes greenish. So in our Telugu, pasar padindi antaru kada. So like that. Pasar padindante, which causes the liver is unable to cope with the excessive fats. The fat is maintained or digested or properly maintained in the body without entering into the stomach. It is properly maintained by the liver. So if the liver is unable to cope with the fats, this causes greenish or bilious or liverish vomits. Do you understand this? Okay. So the persons or any one person can avoid this indigestion problem by following 5 tricks. tricks. There are number of tricks is there, number of steps is there. Okay, na? So number of rules are there. How can we avoid the indigestion? How can we become a healthy people? One is eating simple and well balanced diet. Simple, well balanced diet. Eating them leisurely manner. Simple and well balanced diet, eating them in leisurely manner, thoroughly masticating food. So, masticating, cut and crush of food by the teeth is called mastication. We have already discussed it there. So, thoroughly masticating the food, avoiding taking violent exercises, hard exercises soon after the food made, consuming food. Avoid exercises. Soon after eating food. So next one is drinking plenty of water. Drinking plenty of water and have the regular bowel movements. So the persons, if anybody want to become a healthy person, have to maintain the alimentary canal healthily. So eating the food in simple and well balanced diet, eating the food in a leisurely manner, thoroughly masticating the food, avoid the exercise soon after eating the food, and the what is this one? Drinking plenty of water. Okay, these are the some of the instructions to follow by the healthy people. A very serious problem of indigestion leads to the duodenal and stomach ulcers. We all are very listen this one careful to us. We hear number of times about the ulcers. Okay, the wounds which forms in the stomach are duodenum. The first part of the small intestine is duodenum. Okay, so the serious form of indigestion causes ulcers in the stomach and duodenum. It may occurs in the causes, or it may formed in the people who are always worried and hurried, very tensioned people, and also people who are rushed fastly from one activity to another activity soon after the eating of food without having proper rest. Do you understand this one? So the people who are always hurried and worried, and the people who are rushed from one activity to another activity soon after eating the food without taking sufficient rest. Okay, na? So these are some of the instructions for us. Next, so taking of food and digestion of food is not only enough. Taking of food is not just enough. The digestion and assimilation of food and expulsion of the waste is very important for the health aspects of alimentary canal. Not only taking of food. So taking of food is not only enough. Digestion must be takes place, assimilation, absorption of food takes place, and expulsion of waste. So the waste must become out from the body. So the food which contains the fiber-rich food. Okay, now if you consume the fiber-rich food, it prevents from the constipation. Okay. So all are suggested us take the fiber-rich food. If the food is fiber-rich, it prevents us from the constipation. So these are the health aspects of alimentary canal. And now I am going to about malnutrition due to the food. So malnutrition due to the lack of nutritious food. So first of all, I will explain about what is the situation. So the food is required to maintain all biological process in our body without any hindrance, without any stop. So for that we should take the balanced diet. Our food should be a balanced one which contains the proper amount of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, mineral salts and lipids, everything. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins and minerals. So these all are required for us. 2/3 of world population is suffering with the malnutrition. That means food related diseases. Most of the people, some of the people are suffering with the taking of high excessive of calories. Some other people suffering with the malnutrition without having the balanced diet. So these are the reasons. So we should take the well-balanced diet. If we do not take the proper food or required food or adequate food, this causes malnutrition. So I will explain what is malnutrition. Malnutrition. Eating a food that does not have one or more than one nutrients in required manner. For example, we take a variety of substances as food: rice, dal, chapati, curries, vegetables, curd, different types of materials in that plate. So here the food should be a balanced one which contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals in a required amounts, in a adequate, sufficient amount. Okay, if we take higher than the required levels, that is high calorific. If we take less than the required adequate amount, that causes malnutrition. So malnutrition means eating a food that does not have one or more than one required amount of nutrients. There are several reasons for the malnutrition in our world. One is poor health, willful starvation, socio-economic factors, lack of awareness and the well-balanced diet. These are some of the reasons why the people are malnutritious. You understand this? So, eating a food that does not have one or more than one nutrients in required manner. There are several reasons for the malnutrition: poor health, willful starvation, socio-economic factors, and lack of awareness and the well-balanced diet. The malnutrition is three types. One is calorie malnutrition, protein malnutrition, calorie malnutrition. So calorie malnutrition, protein calorie malnutrition, these three types. So what are the diseases we have seen? We can see in the people. One is kwashiorkor. The diseases occurs due to the malnutrition is kwashiorkor. So kwashiorkor, the disease is caused because deficiency of protein. Kwashiorkor, it is a malnutrition disease. It occurs deficiency of protein in the diet. So protein in the diet, deficiency of protein in the diet causes kwashiorkor. Body parts become swollen, hands and legs will be swelling due to the accumulation of water between the intercellular spaces. Body part swelling occurs because accumulation of water between the intercellular spaces. Cell ki madhya, that means, okay, between the cells water is accumulated, the body will be swollen. Very poor muscle development, fluffy face, diarrhea, dry skin, these all are the symptoms of the kwashiorkor. Once again I will explain it. Due to malnutrition, so three types: calorie malnutrition, protein calorie. Due to this deficiency of this causes kwashiorkor, one of the major disease. Okay, kwashiorkor in our Telugu nirlakshya shishu. Okay, protein. So kwashiorkor, it is due to the deficiency of protein in the food material. Body parts swollen due to the accumulation of water between the intercellular spaces. Okay, very less development of muscles, fluffy face, dry area, dry skin. These all are the symptoms. And another one is marasmus. So this disease causes because of the both protein and calorie deficiency in the diet. Okay, marasmus disease occurs because of the deficiency of protein and calories. We can see in this type of disease when there is a immediate secondary pregnancy or the repeated childbirth. If there is no proper gap between the child to child, the mother, if she does not take care that one. So it may take because they don't know the lack of awareness on the society, the lack of awareness on the this type of diseases. If the repeated childbirths or repeated pregnancies, the people may have the children who birth because of that. They have these marasmus. These are also very less development of muscles, swelling of joints, diarrhea, dry skin. These are the symptoms. Nowadays, another health hazard also appearing in the society, that is obesity. This is very special, that one, because excessive intake of high caloric food materials or junk food, roadside food materials, which are very high caloric food materials, this causes obesity. So the obese children are targeted by the many diseases when they grow. One is cardiovascular, gallbladder, diabetes, kidney problems. This type of number of diseases will be occurs. So these are the malnutritious diseases. Another important one is minerals. We all are know very well, we all are drinking mineral water. If you take 30 years, 40 years back, if you ask your parents or grandparents, they didn't bring or they didn't buy the mineral water what we are getting from the mineral plants nowadays. Because what is the reason? The soil lost its minerals. Because of that also it causes different types of diseases to us. But excessive take of minerals also will cause the side effects. We understand that one. So minerals. Okay, na? So where do we get these minerals? Minerals from the water. So now I am going to explaining about vitamins. Okay, vitamins. Vitamins are organic substances. Vitamins are organic substances. They are micronutrients. Very less, very small quantities. Micronutrients required by our body. Generally, vitamins are not synthesized in our body. Actually, we do not suffering from mineral deficiency. Okay, minerals are organic substances. They require very micronutrients to our body. So minerals are not synthesized in the body. The sources of vitamins to the body is one is food, diet, and another one is the bacteria in the intestine. Bacteria. So diet and bacteria. If you take the leafy vegetables or green vegetables, it gives the minerals to us. We all know vitamins to us. So vitamins, I will explain about it. We have seen about this one in the ladder. So diet, the proper diet and the bacteria that present in the intestine manufacture the vitamins for us. So vitamins are classified into two groups. One is water soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamins, B complex vitamins and vitamin C. And another one is fat soluble vitamins. These are A, D, E and K. So these are vitamins also very important for us. Dear students, we completed our lesson. Okay? In the next lesson, we will go on new lesson. Thank you.